Hey everyone, I'm going to be reviewing Sonora Sundown by Brett Waring. Obviously, this is a Western novel. First of all, who is Brett Waring? So, this is an Australian author, Keith Hetherington, who seemed to write under quite a few different aliases and wrote hundreds of short Western novels. I'd heard Hetherington's name before because he did the novelization of Patrick, which is an Australian horror movie. So first, I did just want to show this as a physical object. As you can see, it's not actually a paperback book. It's a almost like a magazine style thing with just a couple staples here. Yeah, I saw this and I was intrigued by it. Hopefully, I can find some paperbacks by this guy because I quite enjoyed this one. This is a very short novel. It's only 96 pages. The story is pretty straightforward. Our protagonist, Adam Sabin, is kind of a mysterious man. He's arriving in a new town of Sonora. And when the townspeople get a little bit of information about Sabin, some of them start making him very unwelcome, starting fights and that kind of thing. So there's a little element of mystery to start with. Why the hostility? And this town of Sonora has been the center of a violent land dispute, including the suspicious deaths of the Macreadys. So Sabin's trying to work out what's happened to the Macreadys and who's to blame for all this violence. Now, it's sort of set up as a mystery, or there's that element of intrigue to start with. So about a quarter of the way or a third of the way into the novel, the mystery part of it has kind of wrapped up, and what you get is a series of action scenes, fistfights, gunfights, people chasing each other on horseback, that kind of thing. It's fast, action-packed, probably the most violent Western that I've read so far. I do have some of the Edge novels here that I need to get to soon because they're the ones that have a real reputation for violence. I'd be very interested to read some now and compare them to this Brett Waring novel. Towards the end of the novel, a new character is introduced, Kellaway, who is kind of a hired assassin, gunfighter type character. And he's a really particularly brutal, sadistic character. So that's when the book ramps up even more. Seeing the kind of the magazine format, I came into this with low expectations, but it was really quite good. Hopefully I can find some more Keith Hetherington. I did just want to show this off a little bit as like a physical object as well, just because it's a weird thing in my collection. I've only got one of these Santa Fe Western magazines. So there we go, Santa Fe Western, 419. They're saying it, charging $1. They're advertising Warhawks by James Keith on the back, which looks like a men's adventure military type thing. Now, there's no date on this anywhere, but I did look up when this series was from, and I think it's from the late 80s. I'm assuming that this magazine thing was printed in the late 80s. Okay, in the back here, there's a mail order for Cleveland Publishing Company. These are the books you can get. So they're advertising many, many Marshall Grovers. And since it says #1 Drift, they're advertising these Larry and Stretch reprints. #1, right? They're also advertising Pioneer and Trap, Avenger and Savage. I've never heard of those. And then the Warhawk series again. I was just going to put this into like a little free library or something like that, but since I quite liked it, maybe I'll hold on to it and see if I can find any more. You know, I've already got so many paperbacks. I wasn't looking to add another format, but we'll see. All right, thanks for watching. See you later.